Alright everyone, I thought I would show my beer mat collection. How exciting for you to see this. It's not a very extensive collection, actually it's quite small. Look. So not many, and I've been collecting for a long time, so yeah, you can see I am a slow collector. And when I say collecting, I don't really do anything with them. I just sort of take them when I see them now and then find them in my pocket a week later and go, oh, and then just stick them in a cupboard or something. So I keep finding beer mats all over the house. I thought I'd collect up all the ones that I could find from various places around the house and then show them on the camera. I'm sure there's more because yeah, I've been collecting them for a long time and this is all the ones I can find. I'll probably find more when I'm like clearing out a cupboard or something. So anyway, I'll just show them off. A lot of them are still got this beer stains and they smell of like whatever's been soaked into them. So yeah, Lancaster Brewery. Yep, and that gives a nice beer mat, that. Just a nice simple design, and then shows off their range on the back. Wow! These are ones I got from I think when I was in Manchester. I think it's from the Last Drop Inn. No, not the Last Drop. Somewhere down there's a place called Sinister, and it's got a weird pub with a strange name, and apparently the devil once appeared in that pub, and they had this J.W. Lee's Coronation Street Ale on tap, and they always had Coronation Street themed beer mats. So here you go. I don't really watch Corrie, so if you're not being talked about in the pub, you're not worth serving. There we go. There's a quote to live by. Okay, what's this one? There's a oversized beer mat, anno 1791. And a picture of some kind of courtyard there. I'm guessing that's the brewery or something. Unique Belgian speciality, quack. That's a noise that a duck makes. But look, I've never seen any of them sort of glasses. I think if you've got a glass which needs a special stand to hold it up, it's not really very practical. And it also serves as a postcard. I have no idea where I got half of these from because it's a distant memory, probably a drunken memory as well because I probably just stole them when I was drunk. What I like about collecting beer mats is it's kind of like collecting trading cards, except you don't have to pay for it. And you get that slight thrill when you steal the beer mats, even though nobody in the pub who works there cares that you're taking the beer mats. Still a little bit of a thrill. So, here's a Liverpool brewery. Robert Kane Brewery, Liverpool, established 1850. Canes. Can't remember much about them. Did they do some kind of raisin beer or something? I don't know much about them. Pretty simple beer mat there. There's a Tetley's one. Standard. Something on the back. Don't do things by half. Tetley's Smooth Flow Keg, Gold Award winner. The Brewing Industry International Awards 2005. Yep. Yeah. Exciting. Here's a Coca-Cola one. Drivers free drink on a buy a Coke or Diet Coke get another free. It's just a buy one get one free offer. I don't know why they're pretending like they're doing a great service for the designated drivers. And there's the terms and conditions. Closing 2010, so that's how old the beer mat is. It's about 6 years old now. Exciting stuff. Here's another Tetley's one with their classic logo on there. The guy's face. Excuse me, I had to cough then at the sight of his face, looking like he's sort of just thought of a secret joke. He's looking at your face and he's thinking that you look like somebody he knows, and he's finding that quite funny. Cask condition Tetley's, established 1822. Cool. Carlsberg. By appointment to the Royal Danish Court. 1847. And there's a picture of a pint. Pretty basic. There's some local ones to me. Tyne Bank Brewery, finest ales. With a picture of the, I don't know, is that the Tyne Bridge? I don't know the names of the bridges. I wasn't raised here, so I probably learnt about all the bridges and things in school. That's the kind of thing that Geordies get taught, I'm sure. This is a decent pub in Newcastle, the Town Wall. It's right by the train station, so if you're visiting Newcastle, basically get off the train, go out the main entrance, cross the road, you'll see a Subway sandwich shop, and just go past the Subway up the road there and you'll see the Town Wall. And they've got a fine selection of ales on tap, always very interesting ones. So here you go. Built in 1810 as well, apparently. I think. Reborn 2011. All in all, it's just a pub called The Wall. I've got a right cough right now. As soon as I started recording this, I'm trying to speak, but I've got this like catch in my throat. It's annoying me. Brewdog. I think I got this from Brewdog in Newcastle. Let's have a look. Listen up, punk. It's tough life being a beer mat, squashed under a glass, passed around like a gypsy. Despite my killer looks, my life expectancy is short. I am a beautiful lie. So if you're going to squash me, soak me and kill me, at least do me the goddamn dignity of abusing me with some awesome Brewdog beer. I am a willing martyr in the craft beer revolution. Now get back to drinking your beer, bitch. Oh, you're so edgy, Brewdog. That's what I've always hated about you. Your edginess and your forced jocularity. But yeah, I like your beer, so whatever. Here's the one. It looks a bit spooky, like it was brought out for like Halloween or something. Jennings, explore more. There's a world of taste out there. And there's some of the ales. Cumberland Ale, bitter, Snecklifter. I had some pints of Snecklifter. Yeah, the weekend I went to visit my parents in Wales. They took me to a pub. They had Snecklifter and Hobgoblin on tap. I was quite impressed. Snecklifter was the best of the two options. Bombardier Premium Bitter. Or as some locals kept, when I worked in the pub that served this, some of the locals kept trying to convince me that it was pronounced Bombardier. I don't think it is. It could be though, but I'm pretty sure I've seen Bombardier adverts on Dave, and that they pronounce it Bombardier. From the heart of England, Wales Bombardier is proud to call itself the drink of England. Since the Eagle Brewery was founded in 1876, the Wells family has prided itself on brewing award-winning ales using only the highest quality ingredients. Wells Bombardier is accredited with the first premium cask ale to be brewed using natural mineral water from the brewery's own well, which complements the English Challenger hops and finest barley malt. And then there's a quote from Alistair Gilmore, British Beer Guild of blah 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 blah. I can't be asked reading all the words. You can pause and read it yourself. I'm sure the camera picks it up. Here's a I probably got this while I used to work in the Joseph Holt pub. Before they sacked me because they thought I was stealing. Someone was stealing, and then they kept getting rid of people because they thought they were the ones stealing. And then it came to my turn. I was sacked, and I wasn't stealing, but they thought I was. So that was my experience with Joseph Holt. The pubs are run by wankers. But yeah, I quite like the beer actually. I never tried the IPA. I don't even know how I got this because I don't ever remember serving the IPA. I might have picked it up at a different Joseph Holt pub then. I don't know, but yeah, I've been to their brewery. I did a cellar management course. I got a distinction or something. I did very well, and then randomly one day I got a sack, and there was no way to prove that I wasn't stealing and get my job back. The bastards. I think this is another Joseph Holt's, is it? I remember, yeah, this was a lager diamond. Crystal and diamond, one was stronger than the other. Yeah, they were quite nice lagers as well. Not much difference in them apart from the strength, I didn't think. Oh, these are all Joseph Holt's. There's another one. Joseph Holt beer, traditional ale. It's a bit crumpled. It's well used, some of these, and there's the mild. And something the locals, the regulars, used to have was, I think they used to ask for a pint of mix, which is you filled half the pint glass with mild and then you filled it with bitter, basically. So it's like half mild, half bitter. I didn't see the point in that. I honestly don't get that. There's another Bombardier one. It's exactly the same one as before. I've just got two. So I guess I've got a trade there. I've got a Swapsy. So anyone out there also collects beer mats, there's a Swapsy for you. I don't know what this one is. Make up a new brew. Oh, it's Adnams, is it? Your chance to create your very own brew and see it feature as one of our guest ales. Ask at the bar for your entry form. I don't know what that is. There's a load of different breweries. Thwaites I enjoy. Ringwood's pretty good. Adnams, I like their broadside. Bateman's, I can't remember what they do, but I'm sure it's good. No idea what that is. Some competition where you get to invent your own beer. There's another, oh, I just seen it was on the side of it. This one's damaged. Here's another one of them Corrie ones. What could possibly be better in Vernon's world? He's got a girlfriend who owns a pub. Yeah, and I just saw it's got Dave Lister on the other side. Kind of a dodgy picture. I don't know if that's just because of the condition of the thing, but I don't know what his name is on the Corrie, because I don't watch it. Dave Lister for you. Kingfisher beer. I might have got this from Indians. Probably did. Kingfisher Premium Lager. Indian's Premium Lager. Most thrilling chilled. I don't know much about this. I mean, this lager's alright. I'm not really got much opinion on it. But I did watch a program about where people went to India, and over there they got a bottle of Kingfisher, and what you had to do was like pour out the top little bit of the beer out of the bottle, because it had something floating in it in all the bottles to preserve it or something, and that's what you had to do in India, was pour out a little bit of the beer before drinking, or else it'd poison you. I think it was Kingfisher they did that. Here's another Corrie one. Me behind the bar, I'm like Santa in his grotto. A quote by Bet Lynch. I think that's Bet Lynch on there. I don't know. My parents would be able to tell you they were massive Coronation Street fans. Here's another one. Smooth. This was Joseph Holt's attempt at making a sort of John Smith's or Tetley's smooth type of drink. Actually pretty nice, I thought. Yeah, Joseph Holt Smooth was voted the best beer when compared to 3 other top smooths in a recent independent professional blind tasting. Crafted using subtle levels of dry hopping and primings together with a long conditioning, the beer has a smooth round finish with a tight creamy head. Okay, good. You're learning something by watching this video. Here's a completely blank one. Oh. Sierra Nevada, traditionally brewed ales. Not really familiar with it. I'm sure I've seen them in places. I don't know. Do they do some sort of lager? No idea. Here's a old packet of salvia that somehow got in there, but there's nothing in the salvia. That was a 60X. If anyone remembers the 60X video, that was the packet that came off. That's a long and distant video, one of the best I ever made, and now it's gone. Okay, this is from a Comedy Store, and it's got a slightly amusing picture of that pissing statue. Go now. I enjoy the Comedy Store, the one in Manchester. I used to go quite a lot. Please respect the show, the performers and fellow customers by adhering to the following rules. And there's the exciting rules. What a lot of fun for the Comedy Store just to put their rules onto the beer mat like that. Myth: people with mental illness never recover. Fact: people with mental illness can and do recover. Let's end mental health discrimination. So here's a educational and nothing to do with any beer or anything. It's just educating you about mental health. Pretty interesting, I suppose. I'm guessing this is another Corrie one. 3 milk stouts and make sure there's no lipstick on the glasses. Ina Sharples. Pointing. Oh, here's another Holt's one. Holt's is black. And it's just got smooth on one side and black on the other. I think black was their kind of stout. I can't remember much about the black. I don't think I'd had it because we had Guinness on tap. I used to just drink that instead. There's a local taxi service. I don't know if it's La Biker or LA Biker. Biker is a place up here. People who grew up around the same time I did will remember the show Biker Grove, a kids' TV show set in a local area about a youth club. And there's the phone number. Wow. Now it's getting exciting. Here's a really damaged one. Theakston Legendary Ale's Best Bitter. And then there's a load of text. I'll wait for the camera to focus. If you want to read it, you can pause it. It's going on about its citrus and spicy aromas, Fuggles hops, Fuggles and Golding hops. I can't remember much about Theakston's. I probably had it, but not really that familiar with it. What the hell is this? Oh, something they must have released for some kind of England event, the World Cup maybe, or Euro something. Bridgefords. I don't know what. With 57 offices, we are the winning agent in Northwest. I don't know what they are. An agent for something. No idea. Something in the northwest of England, where I used to live. So, and then there you go. You've got some kind of football-related thing there. I don't know what that is. Who knows? I have no interest in football, so I'm guessing it's about football, and I don't know anything about it. A Jameson beer mats. Jameson's. Did you know the Jameson distillery was founded in 1780 by John Jameson in Dublin? Did you? Well, now you do. Did you know that today 1.5 million glasses of Jameson are consumed every day around the world? Did you know that? Well, now, thanks to this beer mat, you've been educated, and there's a cocktail you can make. Wow, how fun! There's a Carling. Made of 100% British barley, you don't have to go far for a better beer. That sounds... You don't have to go far for a better beer sounds like you can easily find a better beer than Carling. Just by walking a few steps, you'll find a better beer. Because Carling is crap. That's what it makes it sound like. And I'd agree, actually. I don't really like Carling that much. It's alright, but it's completely underwhelming as far as beers go. And there's a pretty good picture of a pub there with a load of barley in front, I'm guessing. Alright, here's one. I remember this beer actually because it was big, and it was a Magners one. There's an ice-ometer where you can do something with it to decide how much ice you need. I don't know. Enjoy as much ice as you like. It's your choice. Thanks, Magners. I'm glad you gave me permission. Yeah, I don't know what the idea was here. They got this big. You know what Magners used to do? They used to have big beer mats. Or there was a one. You know, when the ciders started getting quite popular, there was a beer mat out, and I can't find it now. But they had it was big, and there was a space to put your bottle on, and then a space to put your glass on. For some reason, I thought that's what it was, but actually, now I'm looking at it, it's something else. I don't know what you meant to do here. Maybe spin a coin and see where it lands, and that decides how much ice you have, as if you can't make up your own mind. I don't know. Here's another Carling one. Brilliantly British, brilliantly refreshing. Brewed in China. Not really, I don't know. Yeah, boring. Have you tried a Courvoisier and ginger ale? I don't know how you say that, and I don't know what it is. But there you go. How fun for you to see that. Here's a Heineken one. That's pretty basic, but it's actually quite nice. It's completely blank on the back, but just their logo actually looks quite good. We brew pale ale while others brew pale imitations. Marston's Pedigree, a classic drink. Marston's Pedigree is still brewed the best way known to master brewers, using Burton well water and the Union system, with a passion for the result. Whilst other breweries Burtonize their water, we use water from source. I've seen. I'm sure there was another beer mat claiming the same thing, so you're not the only ones. Here we go, Hobgoblin. I actually picked these up in the pub I was talking about at the weekend when I went out for a meal with my parents. They had Hobgoblin on tap. This has not fared well. It's been stuck in my bag, and it's travelled from North Wales to up to Newcastle. So it was quite nice when I got it, but it's been a bit damaged. What a shame. Played a Wheel of Misfortune with Hobgoblin, and there's some competition they got going on their website. I think that's running now. Till next year, actually, it says. You can go on there and do something. Cool, like Hobgoblin but with a Halloween theme. And here's the classic Hobgoblin design. Let's put them side by side so you can see the difference. From what I can see, one's got a pumpkin sting and one hasn't. That's pretty much the only difference, I think. This bag looks slightly different. God, I'm not even getting them on camera, am I? Yeah, this bag looks slightly different there, but I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, like I've said in other videos, I've always really liked the Hobgoblin artwork. Afraid you might taste something, Lager Boy. I remember this picture and this quote being. There was a pub where I worked in Newcastle called the English Lounge, and they had it on the wall like a framed picture, and it was this picture of Afraid You Might Taste Something, Lager Boy, but it was a sort of I don't know, is it lenticular or holographic, so it kind of like stood out in 3D. Yeah, I wish I'd stolen that before I left. That would have been cool to have, but you know. Good. Alright, last few. Paint the best picture of a horse whilst riding a horse. This is a show that's just come on, it's Dave, I think, so this must be a new beer mat. I don't recall picking it up, but I must have done. It's for the channel Dave. Because we have a channel called Dave in the UK, if anyone's watching from outside. It's called Dave. And it shows mostly reruns, but now it started getting its own original programming. And yeah, it's pretty good. I can't even make out the faces of the people. The guy's called Ramesh something. He's pretty funny. And then the others I can't make out. I know that's the guy he's in Inbetweeners as the headmaster. I don't know his name. And there's that guy with the curly hair who sometimes on 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. Or something like that. And he's got a sitcom recently come out on BBC. Some exciting trivia there for you if you were interested in that sort of thing. And here's a Thwaites beer mat. With lots of words around it, like beer, Lancashire, mashing, independent, family, mild, and others. And then there's that on the back. Okay, cool. So there you go. There's my beer mat collection. Hope you liked seeing it. I'm going to get more. Maybe these will be collector's items in the future. Who knows? I'm pretty sure they won't be, because they're all bent and stained and stuff. But fucking hell, this video's gone for 25 minutes. 25 minutes of me talking about beer mats. Well, don't say you don't get value for money on this channel. thanks for watching. I don't know if anyone else collects beer mats out there. I'm sure other people do, but I never heard anyone talking about it. So let me know if there's a sort of scene around collecting these. I don't know if there is. It's just something I do for fun. Alright, bye everyone.